Really, really stupid that they're killing Rick, but I think it's pretty good. Looks like he finally did it. Unless he was murdered.
I better call the cops. In the meantime, you want to talk about some movies?
Let's do it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. This is Low Budget Entertainment. I'm Alex.
And I'm Andrew.
And today we're going to be talking about Halloween movies.
So yeah, so we're just going to talk really quickly about the 4 that we randomly picked, the number of some of our favorites that we like to watch this time of year. Some of them might be a little obvious, some of them might be a little off the wall. Not all of them are as scary as you'd think, but it's just kind of our yearly tradition to watch some of these. So why don't you start with the first one? Whichever one you want to talk about first.
Whichever one?
Yeah.
Well, one of my favorite movies to watch around Halloween is Evil Dead 2, obviously.
One of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah. It is fantastic in every way. It's funny. It's a little bit creepy at some points, but it's never overbearingly creepy because of the funny factor in it. It's amazing in every way. Everything about it is perfect.
Yeah, there's a lot of craftsmanship behind it. You got like the acting, the directing. I mean, the acting from Bruce Campbell really, it's kind of like a one-man show for most of the movie, and he really handles pretty much being the only character for most of it. You've got the writing and the direction of Sam Raimi, who it's a really simple movie, and on paper you'd think, oh, it's just you're by the numbers, cheesy haunted house or haunted cabin movie, but the choices they make and how to make it funny and unique really help to sell it as what it is. Not to mention like the practical effects.
Definitely.
You get like Ed and Henrietta and the other Deadites and how neat they look.
Moving inanimate objects, laughing.
And then you get the really shitty like claymation that just
and it all works together. And you can tell that everyone involved, even behind the camera, was having a great time.
Right, and it's interesting, especially this is the one I think you want to watch with someone who's never seen it before to see how they react, because some people are going to either be terrified by this or be laughing their asses off or not know what to do.
Yeah.
And that's what's really really neat about it. It's one of my favorite movies ever. It's especially good this time of year. It's got that kind of, Halloween feel, but also it's got the spirit of Halloween really is creepy but fun.
Yep,
and that's what this movie is. So, yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, definitely watch it. And
can't recommend enough.
Especially right now, right before Halloween. What else we got?
A movie that a lot of people might not have heard of, or if they have, they haven't given it much thought, but it's called Monster House. And this is an animated movie, kind of claymation-style animation, and it is just really a really fun Halloween movie. Yeah,
I'm not sure exactly who directed it. If you want to look that up for me, well.
Yeah, I will.
But I know Robert Zemeckis was somewhere behind the camera.
Robert Zemeckis and Steven Spielberg both executive produced.
Gotcha. You want to look up who directed that for me?
Uh-huh.
Basically, it's another creepy house movie, except this time, usually around this time of year, you get these scary movies where they're trying to get out of the haunted, creepy house. This time, it's more we're trying to get in, because I'm sure you guys saw this advertised a couple years back, like 10 or so years ago. It's basically about a house that is it's literally a monster house.
Yeah.
I remember seeing like one of those posters where like if you look, it's got like that weird 3D lens thing where if you move your head, it changes. And it was the main kid standing in front of a house, and if you moved, the house's mouth was open. It looked like it was going to eat the kid. And I was like, oh, that looks creepy. No thanks. And then I watched it, and I was totally sold. So did you find out who directed it?
Gil Keenan.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know either.
But
damn, good job.
Good job, Gil. Yeah, and the characters are great. It's kind of like a coming-of-age story, but it's like...
Definitely. It's one of those movies like... Robert Zemeckis produced it, like Back to the Future, where it's kind of like... You feel like they don't make movies like this that much anymore. Do you get that vibe from it? For
sure.
It's very classic feeling.
And also, one of the things I really like about it is that it's kind of ambiguous as to when it takes place. It kind of has like an 80s feel.
It's timeless.
Yeah, but there's there's no real technology that would otherwise tell you it doesn't take place in the 80s, but also...
You wouldn't be shocked if it was.
Right. When I was a kid, I just figured it took place when I was a kid. Yeah. The only thing like you see technological-wise is like the arcade game that the guy at the pizzeria
And
works
those are
at.
everywhere in
Right.
Times
Every
anyway, so
every pizza place has that one
I didn't even think about that.
rickety
You're
arcade
right.
thing. So you know it's at least
It's gonna hold up for a while too.
For sure.
Animation's good.
yeah, the characters, the story of it.
Yep.
It's like that perfect blend of creepy and child friendly.
Definitely.
So like you can show this to a kid and it's gonna scare him a little bit as a movie should
Yeah.
for a kid, but it's not gonna just it's gonna be something they remember in for the good and for the scary.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, if you haven't seen that, check it out. We really need to get that one on Blu-ray because we have the DVD.
If it's on Blu-ray.
Oh, I'm sure. I think it's popular enough that it would be.
Okay.
But yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. And next up for Halloween, the most obvious movie is Halloween. This year we have the new one coming out, directed by David Gordon Green. But most of the time, what you're going to watch, because obviously you haven't been able to watch this movie last year, you're going to be watching the 78 classic by John Carpenter. You want to tell them what this one's about because no one has ever heard of this movie before.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you want me to?
Yeah.
I said, I don't have to.
Tell them
Well,
exactly the deep, complex plot points.
It's about a murderer who has a knife who wants to kill teenage kids in a neighborhood on Halloween night. That's really as far as you need to.
Yeah, I mean that's really all there is to it. I mean, if you for someone that's our age, that's never seen it before and is going to watch it in 2018 to prepare for the new movie or something, it's probably going to be underwhelming.
Definitely.
But it's the best part about it. It's not the kills, it's not the creep factor, it's definitely not the acting. It's the directing for an independent movie.
Oh, yeah.
In the 70s, for the 70s, the directing's good. It's one of Carpenter's most famous movies, but what it really does is just capture the spirit of Halloween.
100%.
Not in the way that Evil Dead or Monster House or our next pick do, but in that creepy way. This is like the creepiest. This is like the violence of Halloween that you want to see in a movie.
Yeah, and just one thing that I really appreciate about it is that you said captures the spirit of Halloween. I think it does on multiple levels with the creepy factor, but also you get things like the trick-or-treaters and the kids watching Halloween movies with their babysitter and eating their candy. And it just all, and it's dark outside, and it's just you see the glow of the TV. It really,
and it's just like that, like Midwestern suburban neighborhood and everything. So
everything about it
Illinois,
screams Halloween, and that's why it's fitting that it's called Halloween.
And as far as I'm concerned, if you're gonna go for a slasher on Halloween, you don't want to choose Jason because that's really summertime.
Definitely.
Freddy's kind of whenever, and he's closer than Jason is. But there's something about Jason or Michael Myers being that face of literally Halloween. Just the ambiguous. I know it's William Shatner spray painted white, but it's just kind of like that nothing clean slate mask where it could be anything. Looks like he stole it from a convenience store, which in the movie he did.
Right.
So it could be anything, and it just kind of gives it that vague Halloween feel where it's this mask could be anything. You could see that mask at anyone on the street.
Right.
And that's what's so creepy about it, and that's what really sells the movie for me.
Yeah.
So, what's our final movie, Alex?
Our final movie is It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. It's about 15 minutes long, very short, but it is really, it's the one thing on this list that I cannot go a year without watching it on Halloween.
Absolutely. I have not watched Evil Dead 2 yet. I haven't watched Monster House yet. I'm going to before Halloween. I guarantee it to you. But the fact that I haven't watched It's the Great Pumpkin yet,
it's like stressing you out.
Yeah, I'm like, I have, I've got homework, other things I need to do, but number one is watch It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. That movie, to me, and I know to us because we watched it when we were kids together. That was kind of like the tradition.
It's more like a television special. It's not. Like
I mean, we have the Blu-ray of it that we probably spent way too much money for, but it's just that's such a special. And like you said with Monster House, it's timeless, and we know that for sure because how many years has that been out? I mean, since the 60s. Many.
And I don't know a kid who doesn't like watching Charlie Brown. I don't know that many kids. But I was a kid, and I loved watching Charlie Brown, especially The Great Pumpkin. Yeah,
I mean, the Christmas ones are classy. You got the Christmas tree theme, but when I hear the Charlie Brown and the Peanuts theme,
it's Halloween.
My first thought is Halloween. It's them rolling the pumpkin to their house. It's him. Is that the one where he kicks the football, or is that Thanksgiving?
He kicks the football in like almost all of them.
But sitting in the pumpkin patch.
It's where Linus has a sucker.
Yeah.
And he jumps into the pile of leaves,
Yep.
and he's got covered in leaves. It's just fantastic.
You've got the Halloween party. You got Snoopy running around thinking he's a World War II flying ace.
Oh, the best.
You got them hiding in the pumpkin patch.
Yeah.
It's just any age can enjoy it.
Yeah, it's the humor is so funny too. Like, you know the scene where Linus is writing his Christmas list, and Charlie Brown doesn't quite understand, so he goes, "We are obviously separated by denominational differences." That's funny
a
crap.
Christmas list, or it's a
It's
list
a Christmas
to
list,
the Great
basically
Pumpkin.
to the Great Pumpkin.
Yeah, we're separated by.
That's this one,
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Yeah.
They kind of blend together. But
Yeah, I think that's the Halloween one because it's like, why are you writing a list to
Right.
or a letter to the Great Pumpkin?
Yeah.
That might be from the Christmas one.
It could be.
Either way, it's the same type of humor that
Because it's the same thing for Christmas. It's something you just have to watch.
Yeah.
You can't go through the Christmas season without
Definitely.
watching the Christmas special. I can't remember what the name of that one is.
Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown, I think.
Probably, but yeah, those are our 4 picks for your mandatory watch list this Halloween and every Halloween. I mean, there are so many that we left off that we would recommend, but to try for time's sake and for you can't sit all day and watch movies. I can't expect people to spend all of October watching this sort of thing. So if you've got limited time, those are the 4 that I would say are your most important.
Yep.
So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace out. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. What's this? It's like a note from Hunter. It says his favorite Halloween movie is Child's Play.
Weird. How do you know we're going to talk about that?
I don't know.
Oh, there's a note right here. It says, "You schmucks. Did you really think I'd be stupid enough to kill myself?" Oh my god.
The Goonies? That's not even a Halloween movie!